Hey everyone, welcome back to the new video. In this video, we're gonna learn different ways to do swap, or we can say swap two numbers. So here I can explain you four different ways of doing swap. In first way, we're gonna see it is using a third variable, and second we're gonna see using plus and minus, and third we're gonna see using multiplication or division, or in 4 the most interesting we're gonna see using a single line of statement, right? So let's jump on our first statement, which is using third variable. So initially what we're gonna do, we will take a, which will be stored 10, and then second variable, which is b, which is 20. Okay, so this is our initialized values which we need to swap. What we need to do, we need to do a is 20 and b gonna be 10. So you by our first way, what we're gonna do, we will create another variable name of t, which is initially what, nothing, 0. So just take an example and just try to understand this. So just for 3 bucket here, 1, 2, and the third, yeah. So if this is a, this is b, this is t, right? So yeah, I need to draw b again. So here this is b, right? So let's go, and suppose this have value of 10, this have value 20, this have value 0, nothing, right? So just because it is nothing, we can do not consider this. Now what we need to, if I put this value of a into this temp, so after doing this temp will have 10, and just because we remove our value here, so it have nothing, right? So now a is blank. So what we're gonna do, we will put the value of b into 10 into a. So now a have 20 and b gonna be blank. So after that, what we're gonna do, we will put this t's value into b. Now b have 10 and this t have nothing. So but this, by doing this process, what happened, a gonna be 20, a b gonna be 10. This is what we need to do, right? So let's do this in our compiler, and let's jump on our compiler, and let's see what's happened. So here is our compiler, and firstly what we're gonna do, we will create our int variable, which is a. Initially it is gonna be 10, and b, which is 20, right? And I'll write a first statement which says before swap a is equals to a, right? And then b is equals to b, okay? And after doing this, what we need to do, we'll write our comment which says which is our first way of doing, right? And here what we're gonna do, we will create a new variable which is temp, third variable, which is t. Initially it is gonna be 0. So now what we're gonna do, we will store a in this temp, just because temp is blank, right? So we store a. Now a is blank, so we'll store b into a. Now b is blank, so we're gonna store the value of t into a. After doing this, our a and b gonna be swap easily. So for that, now we will print our value to see if that swap happened or not. So I'll write here after. So this shows before and after. So if I run this program now, yeah, it says before swap A is 10 and B is 20, and after swap A is 20 and B is 10. Right, this is only what we need to do. So this is our first way of doing this. Okay, so now if I comment it out everything here, and if I now let's go on our second way. So I write second, second way of doing. Okay, double C here. So in our second way, it is using plus and minus. So let's see what is. So in this second way, what we're gonna do, I will write a statement which is A is equals to A plus B, and B is equals to A minus B. I will explain you this. Let me type A is equals to A minus B. Okay, now let's take an example. Like we know A is 10 and B is 20 here. So if I put those value here, then A is 10 and B is 20. Okay, after doing this sum, what sum it will be 30. Okay, so 30. Just because this is assignment operator, the sum of this will store in this first value, okay, which is A. So now after this statement, the value of A gonna be 30, right? So now this is 30. So now the value of A is 30. So I will write here 30, right? And 30 minus what? 20, because B is same. So we will write 20. So the result of this will be 10. So just because the sum or the solution of this will store in this B, so now the value of B is 10, the value of A is 30, and the value of B is 10, right? So now what happened? The value of A is 30 and the value of B is what? 10. So what we left? Left with 20. The result 20. Now this 20 will store in this value A. So the value of A is 20 and the value of B is 10. So this is same. The result we will get is thus our swap value. So if I run this again, if I run this, it says swap value is 10 and before swap A is 10, B is 20. After swap A is 20 and B is 10, right? So this is our third way. Okay, so let me comment it out again. Yeah, here. And now we need to jump on our third way. So third way of doing, which is also similar to the second way, but using multiplication and division. So let's see this also here. If I write the statement like say A is equals to A multiplication multiplied by B, and B is equals to A divided by B, and A is equals to A minus B, right? If I write this, so you may confuse, but if I will explain you with like previous second way, So let me write the value of a and b here for your convenience. A is 20 and b is 20. Okay, so here what we're gonna do, we'll write 10. 10 multiplied by 20 is equals to, it will be 200, right? So by the rule, the right value also always assigned to the left. So the sum or the solution of this will store in this a. So the value of a now is 200. So I will remove this. The value of a is now 200, right? So now if I write like this again, now the value of a is 200. And what we need to do, we need to divide it. We need to divide this by b. B is still 20. So the result we will get is the 10. So now this 10 will store in this which b. So now the value of b is 10, right? Okay, so let's go on third step. So here the value of a is still 200, sorry, 200, and we need to minus this. We need to, yeah, sorry, here also a division. So what we need to do, 200 divided by what, we need to divide it by the value of b is 10, and the result of this will get 20. So now the value of a, then the value of a is 20. So the value of a is 20, and this is what we need to do. So now if I again run this here, if I run this program again, yeah, here also says swap number a is 10, b is 20. After a is 20 and b is 10. Okay, if you see this is the same, no? If I cut this shows nothing. If I run this, yeah, it is shows before only. Okay, so this is our third way. So if I comment it out this section of code, okay, now we need to go on our last step, which is using single line statement. So let me explain you this here. If I run this, yeah, so what our statement will be like, this will be like this, which is b is equals to a plus b, plus b. Let me do this, minus a is equals to b. Yeah, this is the statement by which we're gonna do our swapping. So here what gonna happen is that, so by the rule of our programming, we will run or solve our equation by right to left in programming, right? So by that we will do this from right to left. So firstly what happened, this is what would say this, the always right term of right side of value will store in always left side. So here what happened, the value of b will store in value of a. So by doing this, the value of a gonna be here, what, the value of a gonna be 20, right? So right, and now we will solve this section of what this section says. This section says thus just because this is not done, so initially this is the values. So the value of 10 plus 20, so the value of 10 and 20, what it will be 30. So the 30 and the solution of this, which is our 20, we need to do this minus, and the result gonna be 10, right? So that the value of a, the value of b is gonna be 10, and by this the value of all the value of a is 20, and this is value of b, which is 10. I hope you understand this logic, and let me write this in this our compiler here also. Let me write fourth way of doing. Here if I write our statement, which is b is equals to a plus b minus a is equals to b. This is simplest way of doing swapping. If you understand this, the logic, you will never get much time of by doing any swapping. So if I run this again, if I cut it off this menu, and if I run this again here what we gonna get? Well, okay, let me print this statement. Let me print this. Now if I run this, this says before swap a is 10 and b is 20, after swap a is 20 and b is 10, and this is all what we need to do. I hope you all understand the all steps, which is like this. And if I get some space to take this in one line, yeah, here you can see our first way, our second way, our third way, and these are most easy and mostly use, or we can say most time efficient, our fourth step. So this is all 4 ways in which we can do swapping of two numbers. And thank you all guys, and I will meet you in next video.